What's up, everybody? Okay, it's time for that list. But before I do that list, let me go into something that I think is interesting given the timing. This is Diabolic's experience working with DJ Premier. You can watch it on your own time. But what I do think is interesting is it goes to my point as to why, and I said this before, that the Primo and Nas album is whack. You don't need multiple listens. Anyone that says they need multiple listens is an idiot, respectfully. Because you're supposed to, if you're a real hip-hop fan, you're supposed to know if something's dope the moment you hear it. Really and truly. There's only a few albums where someone's doing something so out of the box where you might need a couple listens to understand what's going on. But that's not what's happening here with the Primo album. So again, when I see people go, well, I need to take another listen so I can digest it, it's like, no, what you're doing is you're waiting for public opinion. I get it. You're a coward, okay? I speak that raw, but it is what it is. I know you're afraid to say it for what it really is. Now, in this video, I did mention whether or not the Primo Nas album, was it whack enough? And, it's, again, tochiRTA. I know when Primo's giving you garbage, CTD, D-tier stuff. It's kind of obvious, right? But again, a lot of people love to pretend and say, oh, it was Primo's crafting it, blah, blah. So I do think that this is hilarious that Diabolic has come out talking about how Primo gave him some weak shit. And this is the first time I've ever heard someone actually speak it real in that way. So I do appreciate Diabolic putting that out there in a way. With that said, I will say a number of things. Number one, again, I don't know either of those people. DJ Premier, like I said, I'm a big fan of. Obviously inspired the fuck out of me, all things considered. The greatest hip-hop producer ever, in my honest opinion. And he actually seems like a genuinely nice guy. I've been in his vicinity. I've never met him, but he seems like a good guy. But I don't know him, right? I mean, the truth is we don't know these people. With regards to Diabolic saying that Primo was kind of giving him some C-tier stuff, I can see that happening, right? I actually kind of believe where Diabolic is coming from, but certain, some things you got to keep in mind. Diabolic is not a good rapper. I say that respectfully. Diabolic is not the kind of rapper that I would want getting A-tier Primo shit, right? So I actually want, as a Primo fan, if you're gonna, because someone like Diabolic's probably begging him, like, please, Primo, please, right? So it's like, all right, you begged so much, like, fuck it, like, pay me my money and I'll give you a beat. But I want it to be decent. I obviously don't want it to be a whack beat because that's not fair. Obviously, if someone pays for something, someone pays for something, that means that they should get quality. They should get some sort of quality, and that's the thing with Primo. There are levels to the quality, and even the levels are still dope, right? Like there's the A stuff and then there's the B stuff. I've never really heard that I can enjoy. Obviously when you start getting into the C stuff, it's like there's no point. So I think, to me, I would rather hear like the B stuff go to B level rappers and below, and then the A stuff is reserved for the A level rappers. You get what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, why are you as a mediocre rapper getting an A tier beat? Like, why would I want that? That's a waste, right? I could have gone to someone else who would kill it better. And I saw someone's comment, I think it was Raymond, shout out to Raymond, in the comment section. Let me see if I can find it. He's probably used to giving people scraps and them accepting it. Now, I also think it's interesting that this occurred in 2013, 2014. And as I've told you, there was a difference, right? Primo, to me, started really making whack beats in like 2012, 2013. That was kind of when I've said this for years. People thought I was, hey, whatever. Okay, all right, whatever. Gave him a 1-bar beat, and then after 7 months of hassle, gave him a 2-bar beat. And the beat that he gave him for a diabolical sound it's okay. It's a C tier beat. That's about what I would expect. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay. Again, unless you really kill it, right? But I'm trying to find the comment on here just real briefly, if I can see it. Shout out to Raymond, because, he's a member of the channel here. But he mentioned, he's like, rappers like Diabolic really did help to ruin rap. Now, again, not on a mainstream level, because on the mainstream level, people don't know who the fuck Diabolic is. But you could argue that this kind of like, he's sort of like, I hate to say it, but it's the truth. It's like these sort of white backpacker, type of rappers, industrial rock ass. You know, they were bad. They were not good at all. And ultimately, they really came with some of the weakest shit ever. So, sorry, homie, I'm not able to find your comment, but you know, I did see it there, and I totally agree with you. Because ultimately, again, that whole, like, Aesop Rock, Def Jux, all that stuff was pure garbage. Let's just be honest, okay? Anyway, you came here for the top 10, and I'm going to get to that. We're going to have a party tonight, all things considered. So get ready to turn up. But I do think that this is interesting. Again, if I say something, it's fucking real, okay? Primo's human, right? And, you know, it's possible that he could give you some whack shit. But again, you're talking about someone who's great. And so, to me, if you're dealing with your heroes, your legends, make sure you come with your A game. Because if you come with your A game, it's a different thing, right? Again, it's one thing to be cool, like, you know, some of these legends, of course. Oh, yeah, it's cool. They'll give you dap, whatever. But deep down, respectfully, they don't respect you because you're not coming with nothing. And again, you got to come with that hot shit. You got to come with that shit that makes them want to fucking work with you, that makes them they're almost scared of you, right? I see, this is the problem I have with a lot of the new generation. They want clout so bad. They want to stand next to Primo, but you're not going to be the man standing next to Primo. You got to outdo Primo. You got to at least have that energy like, man, I got to outdo this motherfucker, right? Then you might get to that level, maybe. And even if you don't, at least when you meet Primo will go, yo, what's up? Respect, right? Respect is earned. It's not given, okay? And this is talking about a guy who has on his arm, reputation is the cornerstone of power. He's not stupid. All right. Some tracks here that I have on my list you guys can listen to if you haven't. I post in my community section. Go to my community section because I post a lot of rare or just sort of random joints I don't always talk about. MC Solar, shout out to MC Solar Star. Now, let's start with the list, okay? Now, my first song that I'm going to play would actually be higher on my list, but unfortunately, it came out very late in December of last year. And so by the time I heard it, I did hear it earlier this year, and I liked it quite a bit. But technically, it's from last year, even though the video dropped this year, and we were bumping it this year. So, in number 10, or I should say honorable mention, not number 10, but my honorable mention goes to Gunna. This is a nice beat, man. It's just a cool, chill record, you know what I'm saying? God damn, let's go.
I don't get no risk. Damn. I want my respect.
Damn, we all do, man.
Running up a check.
God damn.
Forget ease my stress.
Damn. Anyway, you know this record. My favorite part of this video actually is when he goes into Nigeria. I don't know what part of Nigeria he's in. I think maybe is it Lagos? Maybe it almost. I wouldn't say I've not been in parts of Lagos that look like this. I'm gonna be real with you because I mean I know that they exist, but usually like you know my family's in Ikeja and you know VI and you know like places that look better if you get what I'm saying. But I mean Ikeja probably has some you know ghetto-ish areas, but anyway the point is that I like the end of this video. It actually was very touching to me, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So, all this is cool, you know, showing my peoples, right? I thought this was a really touching part. This part. Yeah, man. That was just like, it just reminds me that's how it is for me almost, in the sense where, you know, look, man, I'm a village kid at the end of the day, you know, that, like where I come from, you know what I mean? My homeland, my soil. And it's almost like when you're leaving, you're in the car and you're waving bye to people and they're almost kind of like, yo, don't forget about us type of thing. Like we here, come back type of thing. So I thought that was kind of touching. Anyway, honorable mention. And it's almost like you get that vibe like, man, you know, you almost wish you could bring them with you, but they can't come with you because, well, they don't have the passport. Like, you know what I mean? Like, anyways, it's deep. So that's my honorable mention. Number 10. This is probably the best song mass appeal of all of those garbage ass albums that they put out. This is the best one, hands down.
Everything about you be it for me. What the hell you done
Did to me.
This not normal, can't keep my mind off it.
So this is my number 10. Nas does, he does a good job. Nas is Nas, arguably the greatest rapper ever. So, and I thought that this was the best beat, and the Mobb Deep album was the best album, I would argue, of all of those mass appeal releases, but they were all terrible. Okay, don't get it twisted. Every one of them was bad. This one was probably the best, arguably, and then after that, maybe as bad as the Nas and Primo one, maybe the Primo one might be actually second, only because, again, you're talking about Nas lyrically. You got songs like Riders, so there's kind of more going on lyrically. So I can almost give that as the second release, even though that shit was terrible. They were all bad. So anyways, moving on. Number 9. Turn up. You're like, what the fuck? Come on, man. I give credit where it's fucking due, okay?
Stop playing with
They say they wanted a bop. Let's go.
I ain't even really mean to go pop. He was just breaking my head. I don't be giving you niggas a shot. I know he don't want me for me. I know he just want what I got.
Let's go.
I know that she wanna be me, but she is not doing it well. I'ma go stupid out.
Listen.
Then I'ma go corn Chanel.
You need a beat, man. It all starts with a fucking beat, okay? The standards for beats have dropped like fucking crazy, okay? It was actually really hard for me to come up with this fucking list. And trust me, I've ghost-faced my way through Cardi B and whatever you thought. Black British music, all that garbage ass shit. Okay, whether it be underground, mainstream, I'm out here. Right? I got the eye. I listen to all this shit. I know what's out here. You'd be surprised. And this is one of the better songs, whether you admit it or not. Okay? At least if I put this out somewhere, if I'm in a crowd with people and they put this on, they say they wanted a bop. People are gonna move. Most of these songs that you all have heard in 2025 will not move a fucking person, aside from maybe the one or two dweebs that are like into that artist. But no one's moving. Even they're not moving. They're just sitting around Larry June, Hey man, smoke, all that sleepy shit. Nobody got time for that. So shout out to Ice Spice, even though I don't listen to Ice Spice like that. But I do like this beat. It's a flip of the MIA Bad Girls beat or whatever. So, cool. Number 8, let's go. Uh-oh. Y'all don't want to hear this, I know. But it's be real. I'm outside.
Who's calling that shit?
Who's calling that shit? Let's go.
OVO Sound 2025.
And by the way, if you go back to my review of this album, you know that I picked this out as being the best song on the album. I'm not stupid. I have the ear. Right? Drake, holla at me. I'm in Toronto, mom. Anyway. You get this OVO, get this to your peoples. I know this rap shit, man. Trust me. I get that. Maybe you might have dick riders in your circle, people you can't trust, but trust me. Ask Tochi what he thinks about certain shit. And I'll be like, no, that's dope, that's ill. Don't do this, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? I go back to this rap shit. I know your Mixer's Gadget and all that. Gadget's working on Socrates records with John Bronski, who mentored me. I know all that shit. Okay? Come on. Anyway, I like this record. I thought it was cool. My favorite part is, I'll show you my favorite part, actually.
Where the fuck the function? Legally, got the whole 6 side, they believe
That's
me.
right.
We got members east of the
DVP. Let's go.
West on the 401.
Let's go. East of the DVP. Shout out to Scarborough. Let's go. Anyway, that was where are we at? Number 8? Yeah, this was a decent record. All right. Let's keep it going. This was, look, one of the better records. Let's go. The beat. Fucking straight, we getting money. The rapping is mediocre. But it is what it is. That's the era. At least there's you know what's interesting? There's a million kids trying to make records like this, and 99.9% of them are worse than this. That's what's crazy. I'm in the club sometimes, man. I see that shit. There's a lot of imitations, and they're all terrible. And the ones that are not terrible, like this one, not full-blown terrible, they do stick out. And you hear it in the moment, you're like, oh, shit, that's a better beat, right? So, let's keep it going. Shout out to Chicago, Midwest, all that shit. Let's go. Detroit.
Young nigga, pass, nigga, slack.
We not done. We not done. Losing life. We not done. Fucking niggas hoes. We not done. Still running through the bowl. Who shot the? I think I know who did it. Who shot? Yeah, one of my niggas. We not done. We not done spinning. We not done. I bet I catch you chillin'. We not done. Yeah, we not done spinning. Two straps on. This is okay. So this is the first time I've ever listened to a 42 Dugg song in full. Okay, I think this is probably the best song he's ever put out. I don't know him like that. He may have better shit. If you know his stuff, feel free to put it in the comments if he has better songs than this. But the few that I've tried to check out in the past were not good. This is okay. Again, this is a struggle list, but I'm telling you, this is the best shit. Right? Because this year was terrible. This year was a struggle year. It's the worst year probably in hip-hop history. But I've told you, hip-hop is just going to continue to get worse until someone fucking puts their foot down and says enough is enough. Right? Again, is it whack enough? That's the question we got to ask ourselves at this point. Is whacking you ill? It has been for, a good decade, if not more. But that's the point, right? This is like a struggle list. These songs are not incredible, but they're like better than the rest of the garbage. So keep it moving. Notice no old niggas. No old niggas here. Old niggas are making terrible music. Let's keep it real. Look at that. The beat's gotta get you. Put it out. Put it on. Put it out. Put it on. Put it out. Put it on. Let's go. Put it out. Put it on. Nah, she starts rapping, you're like, snooze, whatever. Right? Who cares? But this was, again, I'm trying to think of songs that were at least listenable once in a while. I heard this while I was in Chicago, right? I went to a club and they put this shit on, and again, I was probably the oldest guy there, all things considered. But I saw, they were I call them kids. They're not kids, but in their 20s and shit like that. And they were like, oh shit, that's their joint, right? And I can understand it. Again, you can hear the difference right away. You're like, oh, it's not every song by them, by the younger generation I like. Most of their stuff is terrible to me, total garbage. Right? Even this is like, but it's better than most of the stuff. And you're lying to yourself if you think the older folks, the boom bap niggas, are making better music. You're fucking lying to yourself. Because I'm from that era. I know all that shit. Trust me, I check out Ag a lot. I go deeper than all these guys. I know Common has a new joint out. Whatever, Ninth Wonder. I know all that shit. Okay? And the truth is that this shit's better than all that shit right now. That's the unfortunate part. Yeah, of course, 20 years ago when Common was still rapping, nah, of course, destroys this stuff. But Common's not there right now. That's kind of the problem. And until people in my generation, or those who claim to love boom bap, start being fucking honest and stop putting fire emojis for everything, we're still going to be sliding in mediocrity. Okay? It's time to start being fucking honest. So, anyway, now we're getting to the last 4, I believe, on this list. Some of these are a bit interchangeable, but let me just go with what I prefer, okay? Let's go. I told you, man, I'm really from Philly.
16,000 square, 8 million up there, 2 million down here.
Free smoke. Just so you think.
When I was born, grandmama could see it. I be barely driven and very strategic. I wear sleeve, no diamonds are needed. Floors are heated, so be it, so be it. Fucking with P, get something to meet you. Your soul don't like your body, we help you free it. Then we wait for TMZ to leak it.
You know what? Sometimes the thing about the song is it's a good song, right? Obviously kicked off the year because it's actually the first record that anyone heard really that stood the fuck out, right? Really and truly. I don't love it. For whatever reason, I like it. I definitely like it. Like I even said in my review, I thought this was definitely the strongest, one of the strongest on the whole album. I called that shit. Again, you can go back to my review and see that. But there's something about it where it didn't really, like, I don't listen to it on my own, if that makes sense. But if it came on at the club or somewhere, I'm like, oh yeah, I like this. You know, it's cool. It's a cool bop, but it's not an infectious bop. That's the only reason why it's a little bit lower on my list. You know what I mean? I mean, it's number 4 on this list. But best believe, this could be, you could argue this is the best track all year. It's definitely in the top 5, without a doubt. Okay? Most people have not come up with anything remotely as good as this. All right? Now, moving on to the top 3 spots. Some might disagree with me on this. I think that this is a really dope record, actually. 41.
Five-star pussy
The naughty to lead.
And she doing Pilates, her body is cheap.
Let's go.
So the body is.
By the way, that Satoshi shirt is hard. I'm not even into Bitcoin like that. I don't care about Bitcoin. I think it's just silly in the grand scheme of things. But that sure was hard.
So the body is. Fuck. Fours on top like it's 41 shots. Star, do you see what I see? It's a big butt and her face called Eats. She a baddie, her body is cheap. She a baddie, her body is stunning. Why her since she built like an onion? Baby, I'm K.R. and G. And she gon' do anything for that money.
Pussy fire, so come to my dungeon. So what? That's the shit I indulge in.
Okay.
Now my heart quickly pumping. I'm trying to play with her
inside no pumpkin. Okay. So, you know, this is cool. I like the beat. The rhymes are, again, it flows, it's fine. When I first heard it, I was like, oh, I played it quite a bit, but I don't play it as much anymore. So, you know, again, I do think this is one of the stronger singles of the year. It's cool, but I do like 41. Shout out to Kyle Rich. I think Kyle Rich is talented, relatively, I would say. And even Jen Carter. Like, I think that they have something. They just need to have better beats and not sort of chase these almost TikTok-ish type of music, you know? I think they need to really try to put their foot down and make some hot shit. Like some real, like, you know, strong rap shit. I think they can do it. At least just 1 or 2. Just to let niggas know. And that's the whole thing. Because until you do that, you haven't really arrived in the rap game. I think people need to understand how this works, right? Until you make that genuine street record that people, like, that love hip-hop, they know, and they're like, yo, I fucking love this. You haven't really, you don't exist. It's the truth, man. Anyway, you're going to laugh, but let's go. Number 2. Let's go. Spectrum.
With the transit lights in the field. Way the bitch flow. It's a spaceship with people. Chest full of glaciers, niggas stay
Kodak.
with a fever. Goons are custodians, they stay with a sweeper. Get you with the lesson.
Hey, Kodak.
Example had to teach
You know that.
Only private room and no boo and muscle pizza. Diamonds more yellow than the eyes of a tweaker. Bitches sitting bits around the world and catch your seasons.
Yo, baby, you can touch the MC Hammer. You won't get pampered by me, baby.
Yeah, I got stamina.
I'm toting these hammers stuck so hard, I ain't got no man. Ooh, camera diamond dancing
They're like chandeliers.
I don't even care about nothing in the world, cause I'm young man. Don't get slandered, fucking with me, cause I'm a young man. I'm a young boss, I ain't got no care, I ain't got no manager. I hit your block, I keep that mark like I'm a little janitor.
So, Pharrell put his foot in this beat. It's a pretty good beat. So what can I say? Kodak was okay. It's you know, again, it's fine. It'll do, but it's at least bouncy. It's kind of a record, man. If I heard this in the club, this would turn that shit inside out. Well, again, for this generation, we've had much better rap records than this. But certainly up there. They should do a video for this. I do think that this is probably Kodak's best song in at least a couple years. In fact, I can't remember the last time Kodak Black had a song that I actually played. Really and truly. On his own, right? But I'm not a Kodak guy like that, you know? Anyway, my number one, I'm sure most of y'all who follow my channel, you know what my number one record is, okay? Of this whole year. It technically came out like 15 years ago or whenever, like 13 years ago, but it was released this year, or it's still unreleased technically, but it was, let's say, how do you say it? Not released, but freed onto the YouTube platforms this year. And that, my friend, is this record, Ghost X. I played the shit.
Fuck that hoe, shit.
I played the shit out of this fucking record, man. This is my number one, like, new song of the year. I played the fucking shit out of this. Actually, the thing I really played the shit out of was this song and the instrumental, because the instrumental is just that's that Clams, man. That's that Clam shit. This song is incredible. Now, it's not as strong as the other Clams joints are made around this time for A$AP Rocky. I think, again, this is the brilliance. This is how you know that Live Love A$AP was brilliant. Is that it was like an abundance of riches. This is how classics are made. You make a lot of great songs, then you put some in tuck. You like, oh, okay, you know what, this is dope, but it's not as dope as Palace, right? It's not as dope as Leaf or whatever. So you put that away. So when you listen to this shit, again, this is why I say that A$AP Rocky's always going to be fucking relevant. You can laugh all you want and say, oh, he's not relevant, fashion, blah, blah. The thing is, he dropped the fucking classic. He legit blew people's fucking mind when he came out with the beats and the swagger and everything. And when you do stuff like that, you're always going to be relevant, right? Doesn't mean that the projects he drops are going to be any good, but he doesn't have to worry about relevance. What he needs to worry about is making some actual fucking music that we're going to play more than once. You know what I mean? Because he has made music that is timeless, right? Let's just be honest. And that's the hardest thing to do. Replay value, right? I always talk about that as the cornerstone of making great hip hop. If it don't have replay value, it's not that great. It doesn't matter what it's talking about, how many people dick ride it, the marketing. If it has no replay value, K-Bot, that shit doesn't fucking matter. No one's gonna give a fuck, okay? Now, I love this beat. Let me just play the beat just so you get a sense. But this, it just speaks to me, okay? And we're gonna go back to the record in a bit. This shit. And it's still, it's gonna get better. It's gonna get even better when that bass really kicks in. Clams, come on, A$AP. If you do Don't Be Dumb and there's no Clams record, I'm gonna fucking flip this table. Come on. This is the cornerstone of your sound. This is why your shit was so fire. Again, all the other guys too. Shout out to Top Beats, Lala Dove, Beautiful Lou. I mean, there was great shit from SGP, of course. There was great shit, but the point is, Clams is the cornerstone of what makes you ill. How do you not have more Clams records? It's fucking beyond me. It's Nas and Primo shit, right? Don't wait until 10, 20 years when y'all both have fallen off and give us some garbage. Learn from Nas and Primo. That's not what you're supposed to do, okay? While you still have the vocals, while he still has the talent, the time, the brain processing power, make that hot shit. You know, when I look at these pictures, man, sorry to go on and on about this, but you know, Space Ghost, Purrp, A$AP Rocky, Clams, Casino. This is like almost the holy trinity of modern rap in one fucking song. A lot of people didn't see it, but I saw it. I'm a rap fan. I'm gonna listen to this shit going like, oh my God, who the fuck is Clams Casino? This bass beat is crazy. What is this shit, right? And then you hear him Pretty Flacco. Who the fuck did this beat? Pretty Flacco is still mind-blowingly fucking. Oh, Space Ghost Purrp did that shit. So this is, and rap is, it hasn't gotten better than this. These are the guys that came in. They said, fuck all that weak ass Big Sean. I don't fuck with you. All that weak ass shit. And they said, let's take it back to the street, right? Look at my man wearing the black scale hat. Man, I'm old. I was looking at that shit like, man, I need a black scale hat. Anyway, I think this track is fire. I really do. And I actually think that Purrp has the better verse on this slightly. But let's go through it, because I really do like what Purrp is saying on here. Again, it's elementary, but it fits. And it's hip-hop. Again, I've always said, I know niggas that you can tell when dudes make hip-hop. You know, oh, this person actually knows hip-hop, right? It's not a J. Cole pretending to know hip-hop, but it's actually an R&B nigga or a Kendrick Lamar. I know that they don't really listen to rap like that. They certainly don't make it. So because they don't make it, that tells me they don't really listen to it. They don't love it, right? These niggas listen to this shit. They know about the basement, Rap City and shit like that because they talk about it. And that's not no casual shit. That's, you were ahead if you followed Rap City. You get what I'm saying?
These chickens walking pigeon, toe hoes, no, I'm Chicago bullshitting. Different like he dinners, but no slipping in my pimpin'. I'm living here in hell and everybody is a sinner. Intellectual, street smart, I'm far from a beginner. Time is thinner. I'm glad the constantly no getting thinner. I gotta stay trill and strive to be a winner while I'm in her. I'm steady trying to make my money bigger. Fuck fake snakes, perpetrators, and gold diggers. No nigga, nah, cross me about these figures. Rap them up in the basement, bitch, he big tick, liquor. I swallow my pain, it's real thicker. My snicker made your main come real quicker. My niggas burn the things, you die quicker. I hit ya, bang, 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 goodbye, nigga. I picture me and your biz with your sister. And she red bone, she moan when I slit her. Y'all with her. I'm telling you this shit of y'all niggas flip mode. The blunt, we smoking that raw digger.
See how they fucked this up? This is Rap Genius. Raw dick up? No. Flip mode the blunt, we smoking that raw digger. Come on, man. Jesus Christ. This person, whoever annotated this, don't even know what the fuck is going on. But again, that's hip hop shit. Okay? The vibe, the rebellious spirit. That's what we love about this rap shit. So that's my top 10. Right? Now, if I also talk about the songs I really played the fuck out of, there's still a couple of more. Obviously, they didn't come out this year. But what list the tochiRTA makes is complete without the one and only.
Don't be humble, true ass on the track. Like that, you know. Been in this rap game for like the past 4 bullets now, you know, doing big.
Shout out to True Master.
I done pieced a lot of cats come through.
Courageous cats. Gotta be courageous.
Straight cats. Top cats with top hats. You know what I'm saying? But it all boils down to this. We talking lyrics, rhymes, line for line. Numero uno.
Who the best? I don't know. Well, he knows.
Check it. Flame on that range higher when Johnny Storm. I'm shocking like live wire. You have been warned. I'll prolong this next
I love
chamber.
this fucking beat, man. I play this all the time, but this is like, again, next year, Blood World coming, man. I'm gonna put out the comic for sure next year. We're still working on it, but we're gonna make the best fucking comic you've seen. Okay, that's the goal. You gotta aim high. But these are kind of things when I listen to these kind of beats, it just makes me fucking, like, my mind expands and shit. I want to just come with that ill shit, right? And lastly, of course, I fucking love this.
The ghost.
That's my favorite part. All the weed smoke busting my lungs. I'm in the whip
with the $8 bottle, only trusting my gun. You would think I was born in the pot, the way my blood boil. Put your brain in the dirt and call it dog soil. Flow till you sick of me. What up?
Let me play the fucking instrumental because, you know, again, when you talk about beats, crafting a beat, right? This is all great. All this is fantastic. That's the part. You're like, oh, shit is real. Shit is real. And you'll notice that that's where, again, when he's spitting that crazy chorus, like, with the homophobic slur or whatever, like, that's the part of the instrumental that he's spitting on, because that's the hardest part of the fucking beat. That's the part that really grabs your fucking attention. All right? Shout out to Styles P. So that's my top 10. I don't know what's coming out next year other than the ASAP Rocky. If they had dropped, hopefully ASAP has got Clams on that shit. Hopefully that, whatever that snippet it was, the helicopter or whatever the fuck record that is with him and Playboy Cardi, because that beat sounded crazy. Cardo got wings. Shout out to Cardo. But at least those two songs. If at least there's a Clams record that's dope, and that alone will make Don't Be Done better than anything that I've heard in a while, right? Again, the projects are rated by how many great songs there are. Okay, it's not about how many decent songs there are. Oh, it was cool. It's mid. Well, mid is trash. Mid is whack. Okay, it's mid and whack are the same shit. Ultimately, the outcome is the same. You're not listening to that shit. Okay, and before y'all make excuses again for Nas and Primo, whether they did 5K or 21K, it's still pathetic. Because again, respectfully, Nas is a platinum artist. He's literally one of the most visible rappers on the fucking planet. DJ Premier is one of the greatest producers, like, unarguably in rap history, who has millions, if not hundreds of thousands of fan base. So for them to only do 21K is pathetic for an album that, frankly, all of hip-hop anticipated 20 years ago, okay? They should, if that shit was generally a good album or generally a great album, as y'all pretend, or some of y'all pretend it was, they would be pushing at least 50K with that shit. And I'm not a numbers guy. I don't care about the numbers. I care about what's dope. But again, all this is in front of you. You're seeing them going triple plastic. You're seeing what Diabolic was talking about, which I inclined to agree with him. It's in your face. You can hear the whack in it. You can hear how whack the fucking shit is, right? Don't second guess yourself. Don't go, oh man, this is my first instinct is that it's whack, but I can't say that. I'm afraid. I want Primo to like me. I want people to like me, so I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm gonna listen to it again. Don't do that. Don't do that. You have better things to do with your time than to listen to whack rap. Okay? You do. Okay? even for those 30 minutes you're gonna spend listening to a whack Nas and Primo album, you can go and fucking just stand outside and look outside and be observant, right? And that'll be a better use of your fucking time. All right. So anyway, I love y'all. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays to everybody. And I will try to do a video before the new year, but at the same time, I might not. So I may see y'all in 2026. Ain't that some shit? But I'll probably get to y'all before the end of the year, right before the end of the year. All right. Love y'all. Peace.